Hello guys, just want to give you an update. So when I was on my trip on Vancouver Island, I finally got a chance to go 120 kilometers an hour on the highway. And what I noticed when going that speed is that I was getting some really bad wind noise right up here in the corner on my driver's side window. Now don't forget that the window had been replaced by Tesla because of the break-in. So I hadn't experienced that wind noise before Tesla replaced the window. So 2 weeks ago I phoned Tesla during the week, during a regular business day, and I got no answer, and it went straight to voicemail. And it said that, you know, sorry, we're not able to take your call, please leave a message. So I left a message and asked them if they would please call me back. So fast forward a week, last week, I hadn't heard back from them, so what I decided to do was phone again, and this time the message came up stating that the inbox for Vancouver Tesla was full and it didn't allow me to leave a message. So fast forward to this morning, Tuesday, I phoned and I finally got a chance to actually talk to a human, and I explained to them the problem is that you might be able to hear it now. I don't know, the traffic's too bad, but when you hear the window go to the top, it sounds like a ticking. Ready? It's not making that. Well, there it is. Right, you can hear, and it sounds like the window is actually hitting the trim around the window there. So she said, okay, no problem. Well, what we can do is we'll book you for an appointment next week sometime. And I said, you know, I'd rather maybe getting one of those mobile service guys to come out and take a look at it, because an hour fix at the shop in Vancouver is basically an all-day event for me. So it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get down, an hour sitting there, and probably based on traffic, depending on the day, it could possibly be a 3-hour drive back home. So I said, you know, is it possible that we have the mobile guy? And she said, well, no, it's, you know, it would be good for the tech that actually did the window to fix his fault. And I said, well, to tell you the truth, it's been you know, about 3 weeks now, so I don't think that the mobile guys would really care. I think for them, it's just them doing a job. Plus, again, it takes a full day, 8-hour evolution for me to go into Vancouver. So she said, okay, you know what, I'll put your name down on the list for one of the tech guys to give you a call. So that's where we're at. So hopefully they'll give me a call, I don't know, tomorrow, next week, anytime, it doesn't matter. But yeah, anyway, I'll keep you updated with this. Cheers. Good morning, guys. It is now Wednesday morning, and I just received a call from the mobile team. They told me that they'll have a car in the area this afternoon. So I asked them if they could possibly meet me at my friend's house, because I have to do some dog sitting. So there we have it, less than 16 hours between the time that I initially called the service center for them to actually come out and fix my car. Let's just hope. All right, talk to you soon. And look what he arrived in. So that's a P85D, an amazing vehicle. Okay, so we have to fast forward a little bit. I didn't want to film him while he was doing his work. However, what he did do is that he took off the door panel and he actually moved the window just a schmeg to the right in hopes that it would fix or solve the problem. And what he noticed is that it wasn't being flush. Like, this is quite a lip right here compared to the other side. It's flat. There's nothing there. So he left yesterday and talked to one of his service bosses about, hey, what could it be? So he actually just came back now on a Friday night at 7 o'clock at night to come up with a plan B. And what the plan B is to put a bead of rubber, kind of like a little bit of hose. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but underneath this sort of there it is. Do you see this little piece of that rubber? I'm going to do it with two hands, but there's a little roll of rubber, and what his hopes were that would, sort of force the window this way. But unfortunately, as you can tell, it didn't. Like, it's still got a lip there. So what he believes right now is that because they also put in brand new door surrounds here, new rubbers all the way around, this still might be very hard. And what he's thinking may have happened is that it just needs to soften up a bit, and then that window would put in flush. But so he did agree to, not agree to, it wasn't anything to be agreed, but I wanted him to make sure that he didn't close the order as in fully repaired. So he said, what I want you to do is that I want you to drive around for a bit and see if that improves the wind noise at all, or the closing, or the ticking at the top where it hits the chrome trim. See if that goes away. But the important thing for me was that he wasn't going to close the file as being fully repaired. So he said that he'll just write pending closure or still open, and then he's also going to go back to his boss next Monday when he goes back to work to figure out, okay, plan A, plan B didn't work. So plan A was to adjust the window, and he did actually move it forward, and then come back today and put that sort of rubber hose in behind the glass or in front of the glass, whichever way to think about it, just to force the window to come this way. So that's where we're at. This weekend I'm going to try taking the car up to the posted speed limit of either 100 or 120 and see if the wind noise has improved. And if it has improved, then I can live with it not being totally flush or trim. But if it's still causing any kind of issues, I'm going to have to call him back and saying, okay, well, what's the next plan? Is the door... I don't think the door is damaged from the break-in, but it is what it is. So I've had 3 experiences with the Tesla mobile service. The first one was when my ambient lighting was not correct, and that the light underneath the passenger footwell rear seat wasn't illuminated, and he fixed that. And it's just the passion and how eager that guy was. It was quite refreshing. And then the second time I experienced the Tesla mobile service was, of course, when I was on my trip down to California. I was supercharging in the middle of northern LA, I don't know where it was, and one of their mobile guys parked in the supercharger 2 down for me, and I went over and said, hey, are you on the clock? And he said, I'm always on the clock. What's up? And what I had noticed on that trip is that my rear driver's side passenger door, the window up and down, had the little thing had come off. It wasn't working, and all he did was pop the door panel off and reconnect the connector that must have fallen off or loosened somehow, and I was on my way. And that guy was, is there anything else I can do for you? Is there anything else I can do for you? So the passion was there. And then this guy, he's coming back. He lives local. He lives in the same little town as I do. So here we are on a 7 o'clock or 7:30 now on a Friday night, and he's got his Tesla mobile and came over and hooked me up. So he said that if there's any other issues, just give him a call. He'll swing by. It doesn't matter what time of day, even on weekends, because he has the car and he has the tools and whatever. So anyway, I'll keep you updated. Cheers. Bye.